last Sunday of the year and also our last Sunday sharing about yielding. And join me, if you would, in reading this slide 3 times as we really kind of frame for us our teaching for today. Let's read this together. When you yield to God, you always have peace. Again, when you yield to God, you always have peace. One more time. When you yield to God, you always have peace. How many of us want to have peace today? Amen. Give God a hand of praise. And so this month has been sharing. In order to really position ourselves for peace, we yield to God. So the question is, we've been asking all month long, how many of us want to see greater and more manifestation? So please give God a hand of praise in Jesus' name. So we've talked about this whole entire time. We have entered into a season of great manifestation. I'm talking about we're not going to enter. We've already entered that season. And the point is, now that we've already entered into this season of great manifestation, the question is, what is it that we have to do to make sure we are receiving greater and more manifestation? Let's be very clear. Our prayers are never designed to produce results. Our prayers are designed to help us to reduce the things in life that keep us from receiving what God has done. When we pray, our prayers are not producing something. Whatever we believe in God for, already there. But our prayers are now reducing what stands in the way of me receiving what God's already provided. It's already there. So my prayer is making sure I'm in alignment to get what God has already promised. I'm not praying to produce something. When you pray for a job, that job already existed. You're just now trying to get rid of and reduce the things that stood in the way from you receiving what God has provided for you. So the question is, why are we not seeing more and greater manifestation? So we talked about at least one of 3 failures that I want to encapsulate all this together in what we've been sharing this month to make sure we are clear that when we get rid of these failures, we now are ready. We are now positioned to receive what God has promised. First one is, please read this with me, please. It is a failure to get and remain in position to receive. Say it again. It's a failure to get and remain in position to receive. One more time. A failure to get and remain in position to receive. What are we saying? It's a failure to get in position. And sometimes we've been in position and get out of position. So the question is, how are we able to get in position and also remain in position as well? What's this baby right here trying to do? Eating, but eating and what's going to happen to the food? It's being received. Isn't that right? The baby has the food. And all of us have had babies around here in our lives where we try to give them some food, they frying all up and everything. The baby is ready now to receive. And the baby can now get the benefit of what the nutrients are because the baby's ready to receive. Amen. What's this person right here doing? Ready to catch. What's the position? A catcher. What's this catcher do? What does the catcher do? Catch. So what happened? This catcher is already positioned, focused, ready to receive. If the catcher looks to the side, the ball can come and clock him and knock him out. But this catcher is ready to receive. What's going to happen right here? What's this person doing? Who is this person? Football player. And what are they doing? Receive. Look what happens. The focus is right there on the ball. Despite all the distractions out there, that focus is on the ball. And here's what's happening. We are right there to receive our blessings. And the devil's trying to distract us, to get us off track from what God has for us. But you got to stay focused on the Lord and believe in God and remain focused on what God has for us. This person right here, I'm telling you, this person has done everything necessary to receive what's been sent to him. God sent his son. And now it's up to us to receive what God has already provided for us. And I don't know, so years ago, how many of us, the boys in here, how many of the men ever played football in their lives? And so I appreciate this figure right here because I went out and played, this was before middle school, junior high football when I was growing up. And there were guys just huge, and I had no business being on the field. And they had me as a wide receiver. And I went out here, and I didn't realize this level of focus was necessary to be successful. So at that point, there were people, and practice is open to everybody. So here I am running down the field. Somebody screams my name. I look over there. I turn around. The ball comes and gets in my helmet and gets stuck. I'm walking around like a little unicorn because my eye was not on the ball. But I'm saying right there, our eyes are not on our blessings. Our eyes are not on our breakthrough. Our eyes are not where God has us to get. And we got to remain focused. I'm telling you, God has already sent his blessings. And God has already sent his breakthrough. And God has already sent everything we need. But our role is to make sure we are positioned to receive. Get ready to receive it. Everybody here who's played ball at any point in life, you took your eye off the ball and got popped, got clocked. It's a matter of being ready to receive. So here's the point. If we are not positioned to receive, it's not that God is not good. If we're not positioned to receive, it's not that God forgot all about us. If we're not positioned to receive, it's not God. God has already given, and God has already moved, and God has already worked it out. We just now have to be positioned to receive what God has already done. Can you just give God one more hand clap of praise for being positioned to receive? So here's our point. Our position, read this with me again, our position determines our perspective. In other words, wherever we are positioned, it will determine what we see. Would you not agree with me? The person in front of the car sees something different than the person in the back of the car. Sees something different on the side of the car. Sees something different in the category. So wherever we are, so it's not that the people's position or their view is wrong. They're only talking about things from their position. Even right here, every one of these five figures is correct because they are looking at this kangaroo from the angle where they are. What are we saying here? Our position always is going to determine our perspective. Let me make this deal for you. So we have to be real clear about making sure we are positioned to receive and really use the discernment of the Lord to determine our perspective. When I was in grad school, the gentleman who worked around there, who always moving things and cleaning up, always had on blue shirts and dark pants. And so I was the president of this graduate school organization, and I was there one evening coming in doing something. And I noticed the guys that had these blue shirts, dark pants, moving boxes. Big truck outside, moving boxes. So I'm getting ready to go, I'm going to the library to get ready to study. They say, Slim, come help us here. So I'm like, I'm the only one in the hall. So I helped them move the boxes. Well, the next morning in the campus newspaper, they talked about all these objects that were stolen from this building. And they had a picture in the paper, and they had a picture of my shoulder. I went and got rid of that shirt and everything because my perspective, here I was, thought I was being helpful and thought I was being an assistant. They had on a blue shirt, they had on dark pants, but here they were because I had not listened to the Holy Spirit. I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit will always warn you. I said the Holy Spirit will always guide you. And I thought it was something odd because everybody was gone. They leave at 5. It was 7:30. But I just thought they were trying to get some overtime. Our position determines our perspective. Read this with me, please. Just because you are right doesn't mean I'm wrong. You just haven't seen life from my perspective. What's the person over here see? What number? Person over here see? You can't see anything. It's a little bit back here. See, they see something. See what I'm saying? The perspective. Y'all up here saying 6, she's saying 9. All y'all right. It's just the perspective. So the idea was now, if it goes contrary to the word, it's wrong. But just because somebody has an opinion we don't agree with, or what handles something we can't understand right now, our role is to try to see things from their perspective to end up being a little more compassionate and understand. Amen. Right. I'm telling you, when you go through something, there's something about the experience of going through that brings us out on the other side a little more compassionate, a little more tender, a little more sensitive if we go through something. And then there's something about growing older and knowing how good God is that after a while, stuff you were all worked up about when you were in your teens, it doesn't even matter anymore because you know God is still good. You know God is still great. You know God has still reigned, that God is still wonderful. So sometimes it's a matter of saying that we may look at this differently, at least I ought to spend some time trying to understand your perspective before I tell you that you're wrong. Yes. Now, if it doesn't line up with the word, we're clear. But I'm saying, see, there's a difference between the scriptures and then their opinion. See, the scripture would be the standard. I'm telling you, as a believer, we have to know the scriptures would be the standard. But the opinion, that's the issue. Everybody has one. And everybody's opinion is based on their perspective. Everybody's opinion is based on their history. Everybody's opinion is based on their experiences. And so rather than always trying to put somebody down for a different opinion, let's try to understand where they are as well in the name of the Lord. Look right here. What's this person over here see? How many laws? 4. How many does this person see over here? 3. Which one is right? Huh? Both of them. Why it says, read the caption, I love this. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. So here's what happens. Everybody's gotten here today, and we have all had some experiences, and all had some hurts, and all had some victories, and all had some failures. And that determines how we view life. It determines how we view. And so our role as a believer is to say, you know what, if I really want to make sure I'm going to receive manifestation, greater manifestation, let me now make sure I'm positioned to receive. And not only positioned to receive the blessings God has, but positioned to understand somebody else's perspective who views and looks at life differently. Let me tell you what, let me make this clear for you. I had a chance to talk to somebody who voted for a presidential candidate I didn't vote for at all. And I saw a hat that the person had on, and I'm just like, instead, because at one point I was like, y'all just going straight to hell. But I said, so I had to understand a little bit about why they thought that. Because I didn't understand. I mean, from my perspective, it was clear. But they had a different perspective. And it was really interesting listening to their perspective because based on where they were and what was going on in life, I could understand why they made the decision they made, but I didn't have the history before them. And once I understood, now I'm not going to say my vote, but the idea I just had a better perspective about what they were. I'm saying one of the greatest gifts that we can go back and give, and the greatest gift we can receive, is trying to see life from somebody's perspective, and instead of always saying we are right and they are wrong. Amen, somebody. Instead of saying they are right and we are wrong. At some point, how do we get to a point where we now grow? And get to a point we now show how wonderful God is as well. Our position determines our perspective. And here's our problem. Some of us have been out of position. That's the issue is not that God is not good. The issue is not that God has not provided. The issue is not that God has not always shown and shown up and shown out. The issue is sometimes we're just out of position to receive what God has for us. How many of us want to see greater and more manifestation here? Amen. Here's the second one now. Here's the second one. Why are we not seeing it? First of all, we failed to get in position and remain in position. Read this next one with me, please. A failure to what? Yield. This whole month we've been talking about yielding. So we are called to yield, not surrender to God's will. I told you all a couple weeks ago that I again, maybe you had this revelation years ago. I didn't. I thought yielding and surrendering were the exact same. So when you hear Psalms, I surrender all. Nice beat, nice little groove. If you go to the choir pew day at the end on 4 o'clock, it takes 5 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes just to get down the aisle because they got to go take 1 step up, 2 steps back, 1 to the side, show this side of the road. But the idea was, with a beautiful song, I surrender all. But the point here is, and we know what they're trying to say, but what I'm offering here is that we are not rightly dividing the word. We're not able to gain access to what God has promised if we don't even know what the words and terminology would be. So, and I told you, I shared with my wife that I went back and looked at the three primary translations of the Bible that in general folk in divinity school and seminary agree are the most credible. King James, also American Standard, Revised Standard. So the word surrender does not appear in the New Testament in any of those versions at all. I think I told my wife that, so she's going like, really? And I know she just kind of like, she rushed away from the table pretty quickly. You know, and not do the dishes, but at least she kind of, brings the plates to the dishes to the